Hi, hello, good evening, my officers. Welcome to this YouTube channel called as Unacademy Current Affairs YouTube channel. So now, in this particular channel today, what we'll be doing is we'll be discussing the most important current affairs of the day. So now, this is a daily news analysis class for UPSC prelims as well as mains examination. So the importance of this particular course is that along with the current affairs session, I'll make a point of doing a quick revision of whatever topics comes in day-to-day perspective. At the same time, we'll be doing a 360-degree coverage of the concepts as well. So this is a package course where you will have your basics covered. At the same time, the current affairs connected to various subjects like economy, history, geography, art and culture, politics, sab kuch will be covered. So this is a topic-wise coverage of current affairs class. So today we have lecture 1. For the year 2021, guys, we'll be starting a new lecture. So every day on a daily basis, the day-to-day current affairs will be done at 8 p.m. on this particular YouTube channel. So before starting the class, this is Nisha Nujumudeen, your educator on Unacademy. And now, as you all know, I am an expert in economy, current affairs and MCQs. I am also an assistant professor of economics at Hindustan University. Apart from that, I was also working for Government of India before. This is my Unacademy profile. I'm an economist as well. I have taught 60 plus GS batches with an experience of 6 years in the field of teaching. I have also secured national award for my teaching, etc. etc. So now, to follow me for more courses at Unacademy, below the description box of this particular video, you have the profile link where you can follow me. Okay. When you click onto that, it will direct you towards this particular page. So when you come, you can scroll down. You can see the UPSC CSE GS classes. General studies classes. These are all my plus courses, which is a paid courses. Okay, if you want to be a part of it, you can very simply use my code Nisha.Nujumudeen. It's my name. The only point is you have to put a dot in between to get a discount of up to 20%. If you scroll down, you can see I'm a part of so many batches currently. So you can even follow me via that as well. Clear? Apart from that, if you see, a lot of free classes I have been doing. So this is the free free class link in the scroll down. For all these, there is an invite code. If you want to watch the free class, there is an invite code. The invite code is my name, Nisha.Nujumudeen. So you can watch the classes free. You can unlock the free content. You can download them. So on a daily basis, 6 to 7 p.m. I do a lot of free class. You can watch me in that as well. Clear? So this is the gist about me. Apart from that, as per the New Year resolution is concerned, New Year, may this year bring a lot of prosperity, health, wealth and richness to all of us. So take into consideration the UPSC CSE preparation, we at Unacademy, all the top educators, we have decided to launch so many batch courses. And yes, we are here for 2021, 22 and 23 batches. So India's best educators, including me, we are here to help you people to crack your UPSC CSE in extensive manner. So there are so many batch courses happening. Taking into consideration the New Year perspective, you have the New Year resolution 6-month courses, then 1-year courses, all starts today. Very simple, guys. Do not wait for long. Go ahead for your UPSC CSE subscription plus iconic sab kuch, whatever you want. There are n number of discounts happening. You can just go through these slides. All what you have to do is choose what is the best for you. Either only the optional or the GS or both together, because a lot of discounts. Now, whatever amount is shown, don't be kind of scared or anything. They are quite lesser amount compared to offline academies. And from this net amount, whatever is shown, extra 20% discount you will get applying the code Nisha.Nujumudeen or NishaYT10. Anything you can use, whichever is comfortable for you. That is 10% using this code and 10% using the credit points. When you watch my live class now, you get it. So you can just make use of it. Okay. The reason why I'm telling you these people is because this is something which people should know. Unacademy is doing so many batch courses for you people, so you need to literally get to know that we educators are doing it. That's the reason why such kind of information is being passed out to you people. Clear? So yes. So are you all ready, guys, to crack your UPSC CSE with B Unacademy educators? If so, yes, we are over here for you people. So now, as you all know, this is Nisha Nujumudeen, guys, And now, previously I used to do these daily news analysis in the Plus platform and in the free platform. So now I'm here in the YouTube, guys, on a regular basis. Ritual will be doing it. So now, as a part of this current affairs class, I'll be adopting a different strategy. One second. Yes, I can see Bhavik, Sindhuja, Varman, then something called Confident, Arya, Anurag, Kuch for the class. Yes, Usha. Good evening, all of you. Yes, Janal, good evening. Yes, Shilpa, where were you for this special class? Yes, Shivam. So I think I'm audible and visible to you people, right? Yeah, yes, Sindhuja, I can see the messages. It is, evident. Okay. So now, regarding the special classes, guys, below the description link of this video, as I told you, you can just, click a link. You will be directed to all my free classes. Timing is 6 to 7 on every weekend, Saturdays to Sunday, from morning 9 a.m. to evening 7 p.m. Back to back, you will have series, monthly current affairs series. You will have MCQs. You can actually follow me there as well. Clear? Plus courses 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. That is an expedition comprehensive economy course. You can subscribe for that as well. And I have a Telegram channel again, Nisha Nujumudeen at Unacademy for UPSC. You can even follow me there. You can just Google my name, guys. My profile comes. Via that, you can just find my Telegram channel as well. So yes, here it goes. Come on, current affairs means you'll be thinking like, come on, what is ma'am going to teach in this current affairs? Is she going to do the analysis of only the Hindu or only the Indian Express, etc., etc.? But this is a package and surprise for you people. This is my New Year gift to you people, wherein I have decided to take a current affairs class for you by not just analyzing the newspapers, rather taking content from various authenticated sources like the Hindu, the Indian Express, PIB, Liveman, sab kuch, my young officers, along with the basic concepts and the 360-degree coverage. Now, the most amazing part is all the notes of the current day's current affairs will be provided to you in a handy format. The Telegram channel, Unacademy Articulate channel, via that I'll be uploading it. Clear? And also via my Telegram channel. So this is a must watch, guys, to crack your UPSC CSE examination, because current affairs is the soul of UPSC. There is not even a single subject in UPSC. Be it economy, history, geography, art and culture, science and tech, environment, politics, sab kuch. Everything is connected with the current affairs. So, being the soul of UPSC, how can you ignore it? And a daily ritual will literally enable you people to understand the importance of that. And you will be intact with what is happening. Now, to make your preparation more simplified, what I have done is, I have introduced a new method called as GEFT method. Okay? GEFT. That is, we will be studying current affairs through this. Clear? What we'll do is, initially I'll take the topics and important news from all the papers: economy, history, geography, polity, art and culture, environment, etc., etc. And we'll do a general analysis both from the prelims and mains perspective. So I will tell you what to study for prelims from that particular topic and what to study for mains from that particular topic. I'll definitely tell you that. After that, we'll go to the next method called as E. E stands for editorial analysis. If it is an important editorial topic, I'll literally discuss that with you. Then after that, you have another analysis called as F. F stands for facts of the day. That is, in your newspaper, sometimes you get to see some important facts. And those things will only be important from the prelims perspective, not for mains. So, prelims facts of the day we will be discussing, followed by T. T stands for tidbits. Tidbits matlab all the miscellaneous stuffs, na? You will actually discuss the left out part. So, you are not leaving out anything, but rather you are getting what is necessary. Instead of reading everything under the earth and sun, we will be doing the current affair analysis in a very logical manner, in a short, crisp and sweet manner. So yes, are you all ready, my young officers, for the big show? It's a current affairs show. It's a short time of current affairs, my young officers. The UPSC CSE current affairs. That too along with me. All ready? Come on, how's the Josh? I should see, yes, Jyoti, good evening. I should see Josh with a lot of, vibe and energy. Come on, I couldn't see your messages. Okay. So here it goes, my young officers. We are going to start our today's DNA class as per Jan 4, 2021 with economy. So yes, here we go. So as per today's current affairs, guys, in the newspaper, okay, we had from economy the topic which deals with blueprint of post-COVID development model. This blueprint is again very important because blueprint is something which gives an understanding of the complete content or stuff or whatever it is. So now in the context of post-COVID development model, we are going to study. Now this particular topic, it is important from the mains perspective, not from prelims perspective. See, in prelims, the chances of asking you questions from this particular topic is quite less. Whereas from mains level, this topic comes under GS paper 3 economy and also the in the context of post-COVID development model. Under development economics, this comes. Clear? So you have to study this from the mains perspective. So now, why are you studying this? Very simple. You are studying this because recently, why this particular topic is in news is because our PM Modi, he visited all the private companies. The companies involved with what? The formulation of anti-COVID vaccine. We all know that this COVID-19 pandemic, okay, has caused a lot of issues for the growth of our entire economy. Not only India, but across the globe. Don't you think so? So it's high time for us to make sure that we are coming with a vaccine. So now, as per the method or the kallatram what I do with you people, to make your studies very short, sweet and simple manner, like your KEZ technique which I use for MCQs, for current affairs, it is what? It is JET. General analysis, editorial, facts and tidbits. Under the JET method of learning current affairs, the trick of that, we are dealing with the general analysis part of this topic from economy which deals with blueprint of what? Post-COVID development model. Very clear, my young officers? Yes, Shashmita? Varman? Yes, Jyoti, ma'am, please reduce the screen. Some text are missing. Hold on for a while. Let me check. Is it okay? Is the screen okay now? You're missing something. Hold on. Let me just figure out what is the issue. I hope it is fine. Okay, hold on for a while, my young officers. I think सब कुछ ठीक है now. अरे क्या है? पता नहीं क्या है वो है. Wait. What is this? You know, sometimes it happens here. You know, it all happens sometimes. You know. See, if I do this side, the other side goes. Okay, I'll get it ready for you people, don't worry. Okay, as of now, you please hold on. Okay. Yes, Gausia ma'am, yeah, happy to see you for my class. She is one of my colleague who works with me at Hindustan University, a great maths professor. Happy to see you ma'am. Okay, is it all fine? Chalo. Okay. You please adjust for today, my young officers. I'll get it done for the next class. Okay. Now, in the context of this blueprint of post-COVID development model, if you see, as I told you, from the GSP, from the UPSC perspective, from the mains level, it is very, very important because of Prime Minister Modi ji, he visited the private companies regarding how can you develop a vaccine for this for this COVID perspective. Only you're going to study this. Okay? That is the reason we are studying. Now, under this particular topic, the first subheading is collaborative model and your PPP, that is public-private partnership model. If you see the RPM, that is Modi, he visited where all the private companies, because he wanted to make a point that the formulation of this anti-COVID vaccine is on the right perspective. Now, when the PM itself visited all these companies, guys, it was one more reminder regarding the importance of your triple P concept, public-private partnership. That is, we know that even today, be it your railways, be it the sector which had a monopoly for a very long period of time, even that particular sector is coming under the public-private partnership these days. The government understood that because of lack of resources, lack of what resources? Financial resources. So many perspectives like that. The government alone cannot do so many things. They have to get in touch with the private people. So simply like that, the government cannot go to the private people, right? Because they can loot us. They can kind of, corrupt us. So now triple P concept, public-private partnership, is quite important. So when our PM made a visit, it was very much important that not only for this health sector, be it your infrastructure, be it your education, be it your aviation, be it your any other sector, guys, you need an active involvement of your triple P, that is public-private partnership. And so many things, if you see in today's world, is in association. Exclusively our country, India's development, if you see, it is in the context of a triple P model development, right? So now, once he went to all these private companies and had a visit based on the formulation of anti-COVID vaccine, one thing was highlighted was nothing but the importance of including more and more private sector, guys, into the government scenario under the heading called as triple P model. Clear? Now, when he made a visit, what happened was that the PM, he signaled the government's receptivity to all the external expert advice and all. And then the government also appreciated, come on, this is an amazing model they have done, because the COVID vaccine couldn't be developed by the government as such. They had to resort, or they had to take the help of the private people under the so-called model, that is public-private partnership model. So now the government literally appreciated that the model for such kind of long-term or sustainable development, guys, in such a post-COVID world, that should be a collaborative one. Because if you give these vaccines now only to produce in the hands of private people, what happens? Let's say, for example, the vaccine for COVID is being produced by Ambani's, for example. Now they are a huge private firm. So they will charge the price they want, they will do whatever they want. Come on, what about the poor people? How will they be benefited? So now the government is very smart, okay. What do? They literally want to make sure that though the private companies are doing also, it should be in collaboration with the government under the heading called as triple P model. Clear? The government wants to make sure that we are working together in a deal with the private people, so that not only the rich or the middle class, even the poor people, they are benefiting out of this vaccine. Otherwise, you all know that private people means for them it is not welfare. For them, profit motive is the most important objective compared to the welfare perspective. You understand? Next is welfare for them. But that shouldn't happen. You understand? That is more important. Clear? Now, though that is the case also, do you think the private company can really handle this issue? Or the private companies can really do justice to this? Now, if you see, there are so much of business uncertainty. What is uncertainty? The risk associated. Okay. If you see today's newspaper, guys, I have actually taken this from the Indian Express. Okay. In the Indian Express, it is very crystal clear written that very beautifully the article is written regarding the uncertainties happening in business. They said that the business, okay, they have a huge risk uncertainty of operating where in the post-COVID digital world. It's too difficult because things are not like before. No resources, no things, that, this, etc. And now every business leader, in some or the other way, they express three different uncertainties. What are they? That is, at this current point of time, no business is earning a profit. They're fluctuating continuously like that. And they are continuously having the business cycle. Like boom, dip, that is boom, recession, depression. They are kind of not able to have a stable profit. So, in such kind of scenario, how can they think of collaborative? That is uncertainty they expressed. So, why did they do that is because they want the government to understand that and do the justice for them as well. You understand? Because collaborative is something where the private people will not be able to earn much of profit. But the private people or the business firm was so confident that they're going to express what they want, what are the uncertainties or risks they face because of this COVID situation. Clear? This is what they said. Though the government is interested, here the question is the private people are not interested for collaboration. The government is interested for collaboration because they know that this couldn't be done by them. So why not the private people? But the private people express their concern with regard to what they wanted. Clear? And if you see many of the business leaders in this particular scenario, what they are doing is that they are adopting the third hybrid path. And they said that the key to corporate success in the so-called virtual or digital world is nothing but the capability of all the leaders, guys, to think out of the box and to handle the unexpected. Very simple. When you are in trouble, the real way of analyzing a problem is something like everybody can expect it. But for a better solution, you have to think always out of the box. Bring that unique idea out of your brain and make sure that things are done in a better way or solved in a better innovative manner. The same thing. Clear? We all know that for any problem or for any things to be done, your financial, technological, human resource, they are very, very necessary. But as far as the current COVID-19 scenario is concerned, apart from these factors, so many other factors are required. They will not be that sufficient because the COVID-19 is a huge pandemic affecting not only India but the entire globe. That is the conclusion they gave. So from this you understand from today's newspaper that though there is a blueprint for the new collaborative model also, the government is well ready for that, but not the private people. They can collaborate, but they have their concerns. That is why they expressed what the uncertainties or risks, what they face in the business. Did you understand? They're not that stupid now. Come on, and the government is saying, Chala, we'll do collaboration with you. For them, profit is mattering a lot. And what is the current business? The current business is if you come with mask, if you come with gloves, if you come with all the COVID vaccines, your profit will increase like anything for them because the demand is huge there. We do not have a source for this COVID issue. You understand? That is one point from the point of view of business people. But from the point of view of the government, what happens? That's not the case. For them, they have to make sure that there is no inequalities and every resource are accessible even to the poorest of poor. Clear? And this particular topic is taken from the Indian Express. Beautifully they've given, guys. From there I've taken it. Now, the next important topic of discussion is based on FSSAI. What is that? The Food Safety and Standard Authority of India. They slashes the limit for trans fat levels in food. Now, this is highly related to our day-to-day life. All of us will think about diet. All of us will think about so many perspectives. But let me tell you, now currently if you see today's newspaper, the FSSAI, what they do is that they cap the amount of trans fatty acids. Okay, that too in oils and fats to let's say 3% for the current year 2021 and for the next year 2022 by 2%. From the current permissible limit of 5%. Currently it is 5%, it is allowed. But they said it should be reduced to 3% in the current year and 2% in the next year, that is 2022. And they did that through an amendment to the Food Safety and Standards Regulations, guys. In that particular context, really, you are going to study this news. Clear? Now, before that, you should understand what are the different kind of fats. You have unsaturated fats, saturated and trans fat. And most of you will be knowing the third one because there is nobody who don't love junk food. Your burger, pizza, vagera, or your french fries, all these things will give you a lot of fats. It's called as trans fat. Most of you will be knowing regarding this trans fat. They are actually the unsaturated fat which have been partially saturated, guys, with the hydrogen. And they actually give you a very bad cholesterol. You understand? Whereas unsaturated matlab they are not that bad, but they are kind of good. And saturated is actually for you to stay healthy, you need saturated fats. This is a different kind of fats. In that, trans fat has to be avoided. Clear? Now, from the UPSC perspective, what you should study what is an FSSAI, because for the prelims perspective, you may get questions based on this for your MCQs. The next is from the mains level in GS paper 2, you should study regarding this, regarding FSSAI and the government. Clear? For SAR perspective and all. Now, a little of background why we are studying this. Suddenly why there is a kind of slashing limit for such trans fat is because previously, if you see now, there were a lot of revised regulations with regard to the trans fat perspective, and they said that as per the revised regulation, it will be applicable only to some edible refined oils, once for the margarine, bakery shortenings, etc., etc. Now, the need arose in such a way that such trans fat should be slashed. Now, why is there a need for such kind of trans fat to be slashed, guys? Why? Because these, if you don't reduce or slash such kind of trans fats, now what will happen is that your increased risk of heart attacks will be more. We know that India is one such country where load of death happened because of heart diseases, right? Both in males and females. So such kind of reduction in trans fat is important because they are associated with this kind of increased death of what? Heart disease or heart attacks. So don't you think so it's high time for us to reduce? And also, if you say, as per the World Health Organization, this is coming under the health perspective, my young officers, approximately 5.4 lakh of death takes place every year globally because of the intake of industrially produced trans fatty acid. And thus, the World Health Organization, they also called for the global or the entire world eradication, elimination of such trans fat by the year 2023. It's very, very important. Otherwise, believe me, more and more you take like this, zindagi khatam ho gayi, that's it. It's very, very dangerous. So right now itself we have to do a lot more to make sure that not just for India but for the entire globe we are actually eliminating such kind of trans fat. So we have 3 years in hand to do the targeted stuff. So what are trans fat? Very simple. The fatty acids are very, very harmful, right? And it can have a more impact on our body compared to any other dietary constituent. You have to avoid it. Think about your burger, your pizza, your French fries. You will add your shawarma, vagera stuff, etc. They all add trans fat. Clear? Because they are not natural fats. They are actually fats which are produced artificially. And though they are produced artificially also, come on, a natural component comes there. For the UPSC prelims perspective, already we have done a question based on this. That is, trans fats are largely produced artificially, but a small amount also occurs naturally, which means natural and artificial component is inclusive in the trans fat. But major portion is produced artificially and a very small portion that occurs naturally. So if you see in our own diet, maybe these will do not come in the form of natural perspective but rather artificial. Clear? Yes, Shilpa, what is it? Once in a while we'll eat. So you can have once in a while. See, if you have once in a while, it's not going to cause any death. But you take precautions accordingly. If you have a trans fat, drink a lot of hot water. Make sure that you're making sure that not excess of oil is absorbed in body. A lot of things. If you be careful, then it's fine. Now it is okay for you to have. Once you cross your 35, 40, it's quite difficult. Because in the young age, people are getting a lot of disease, non-communicable disease, your NCDs, like your diabetes, your cholesterol, your that, this, etc., etc. So from fat, your cholesterol comes. That's why. Now, the whole point is, it is said that in our diet, the major sources of artificial trans fatty acids are partially hydrogenated vegetable oil, vanaspati, margarine, etc., etc. Whereas the natural TFAs you can find in the meat, dairy products and all. So we need to actually avoid these. Clear? Be it natural or artificial, avoid the trans fat for a healthy living and diet. And this is taken from the business standard, my young officers. Clear? Look at Gauzia ma'am telling us, drink lemon juice. Exactly, ma'am. We have to drink a lot of lemon juice as well. Yeah. So now, the next important, news of the day from 4th Jan is based on governance. From the topic governance, we have a couple of news in today's newspaper, guys. So applying the GEFT analysis, again, we are going to do a general analysis of the topic from governance. And the topic is China amends defense law to boost war preparedness. So now this is actually from your IR, again governance and IR. Now whenever I teach you the governance or IR or international relations, I always tell you to consider India, China, Pakistan as Pandavas and Kauravas, right? And China is who, guys? The Shaguni. They're always. Some people, in reality also, they will have nothing to do, okay? But what these people will do they are very much interested in increasing the fight. You understand? So China has something like that. China actually aggravates the fire in many places. So that's why always China supports Pakistan, because China knows that India, Pakistan always have some sort of Cold War. So you can just think about those examples to make it a little interesting. So now why this particular topic is in news is because Recently, if you see in today's newspaper, China's national defense law, it has been amended. That is, it has been changed. Why, guys? Why would it be changed? The next question that comes to your brain is that. Let's have a look at it. So from the prelims perspective, you need to know about India-China relationships, and from the defense perspective, very, very important. And from the mains level, GS paper 2 and also IR and government. From that perspective, you have to study. Clear? Yeah. So now, we are going to quickly see why did the China's national defense law, suddenly they made some sort of amendments or changes in simple terms. Point number 1 is, it will give the Central Military Commission, the CMC, greater power. For what? For mobilizing or utilizing the resources. So now when they are able to do that, automatically what happens? They'll be able to protect a new and broader definition of what constitutes the so-called national interest. That is the main reason why such kind of thing has been done. Second is, the expert is saying the reason why China did that is because the so-called development interest, okay, which included the protection and safeguarding of China's economic activities and assets abroad overseas, that will also be safeguarded. And the famous Belt and Road Initiative, OBER initiative, where India is not a part of it, you know it before, because India is so smart that we will not want to fall in the trap of China. That is why previously we were not a part of this OBOR. Clear? And the next reason is why suddenly China did that is because such kind of amendment or changes now, again, that benefited China because they could broaden or widen the scope of key security fields beyond land borders, maritime and air defense, so that they'll be able to do what? Able to include outer space electromagnetic networks. And thus, when China literally, China's national defense, when that was amended, it also said China will participate where in the world or global security governance, and when they do that, automatically they'll be able to join in the multilateral security talks. Now, did you see something? Why is China doing all this, guys? Now comes the Bada Wala Kallattaram. The reason is that they want to make sure they are put up everywhere, because previously, if you see in the month of October and all in the newspaper, India, Japan, Australia and US, they formed the quadrilateral this thing. Remember the 4 countries, and always every country was against China because of this COVID and the pandemic. So now it is high time for them to make sure that their presence is everywhere, matlab globally in every perspective. So they are finding ways and means some or the other way, guys, by doing something to be there. That is why through this amendment, if you see even this particular amendment what we are studying, China's national defense amendment, that is basically for China to give a way through, or for them to actively participate in the global security governance. Clear? So that they'll be able to join for all the meetings, talks, and set up a set of international rules which is widely accepted, fair and reasonable. Look at their tactics, guys. Very smart they are. Now, though that is the case also, what could be the implications? Very simple. The implications or impact of such kind of amendment is, this kind of change they came or they comes amid a push for a very closer civil military fusion, because the whole point is the target is nothing but they want to make the PLA a world-class military, guys, which is in par with the US state military. That too, it will take so many years. You see, it will take around 2049. That time China will turn 100. So this is the effect they will have if such kind of changes literally take place, which is practically implemented means. And this particular news is taken from the Hindu. So much is enough, guys. In your paper, a huge to big paragraphs will be given. Nothing is required. From those points, I have taken a very short to the point note for you. Learn these notes, learn the keywords, and start connecting them with the remaining perspectives. Clear? The next important topic of discussion under the DNA is that International Organization of Securities Commissions. Why it was in news? If you see this IFSC, they became an associate member of the International Organization of Security Commission. In that particular perspective, we are going to study this. So now from the prelims perspective, yes, it is highly important. That is, you have to study about the IFSC in India, and from the mains level under GS paper 3, you have to study regarding international institutions, agencies and government. Okay. That is why you are studying this. Please make a note of it. Now, let's have a quick understanding of what is IFS in India, because from the prelims perspective, they can ask you questions based on this. What are they? If you see, the first international financial service center for our country. Where was it put up? None other than in the state of Gujarat. At the gift matlab Gujarat International Finance Tech City in Gandhinagar. The reason why they put forward is because they wanted to regulate such institutions. Because of that only they put forward such IFSC. Okay, and that they did on April 27 last year. The year 2019 they they established it, guys, and the headquarters is in Gandhinagar, Gujarat. If you see in the year 2019, sorry, in the year 2020 they did it. In the year 2019, if you see, Parliament passed a bill. So they'll be able to set up what such unified authority for regulating all the financial activities, guys, at your IFC in the country. Now, since you studied about IFSC, the next is IOSCO. What is that all about? If you see from the keyword IOSCO, it is an international body, no doubt in that. Now, this international body, what they do is that they bring together the world security regulators. And once they do that, they'll start recognizing them as a global standard setter for what? For the security sector. And the duty of this IOSCO is nothing but they develop, they implement and promote what? The adherence to all the internationally recognized standards which deal security regulations. Clear? And now this IOSCO being an international body, they also actively intensively work in association with the G20 and also your Financial Stability Board on what? On the world global regulatory reform agenda. Clear? And who are the members? If you see, since 1983 you had IOSCO, and the membership regulates more than 95% of world security market in more than how many jurisdictions? 115 jurisdictions. Clear? And this is taken from the PIB, Press Information Bureau. This is enough, guys. Basically for the mains for the prelims perspective only, such kind of questions will come for the examinations. Clear? Now the next important daily news analysis of the day is from Health, guys. And if you see under that, in the Serum Institute's COVID Shield versus Bharat Biotech's Covaxin. So we're going to discuss regarding this particular topic. It was a heated debate as well. Why it was news is because in an important development, okay, the DCGI of India, the Drug Controller General of India, he formally approved this Serum Institute and Bharat Biotech vaccines for what? For limited or restricted emergency use against COVID in India. In that particular context, only we're going to study this. Now, the whole point is vaccines are out, Covaxins are out for the treatment of COVID, but the data is missing. Why? It's a big question mark. So now, from the prelims level, of course, COVID-19, the entire thing is important. From the mains level, from GS Paper 3, the DGCI, the Serum Institute and Bharat Biotech, you have to study in that perspective, the health sector. If you see, be it Covaxin or Covishield, okay, whatever it is, neither both has completed the crucial phase 3 trial of testing in the patients. So it's still a question mark which to follow. But though that is the case, also approval is given, and that was based on the recommendation by whom, guys? By a subject expert committee, which went on for 2 days on granting approvals for all these vaccines. And what is this Covishield? Very simple. They have been put forward and developed by the Oxford University in association with their AstraZeneca. And it is a Pune-based Serum Institute of India is the manufacturing and trial partner. What they do is in Covishield, they'll use a replicant deficiency chimpanzee viral vector, guys, which is based on a weakened version of a common cold virus. They'll actually test like that. You understand? Now this virus, what they does is that through this testing, this virus will start causing infections in chimpanzees and contain what? The genetic material of the SRS-CoV-2 virus spike protein. So they are kind of testing in that perspective. Okay. What about Covaxin? Covishield is basically they using a replication deficient chimpanzees viral vector to test. Covaxin is developed by Bharat Biotech. And if you see, Covaxin is actually a country, India's first indigenous vaccine against COVID. And since Bharat Biotech developed it, it is an association or collaboration with the Indian Council of Medical Research and National Institute of Virology. What they do is in Covaxin, it is an inactivated vaccine. I repeat, inactivated, which is developed by inactivating or killing what? The live microorganism. Here it is coronavirus, because that causes the disease of COVID now. Simple. So through this Covaxin, it will have the ability to destroy all the bacterial pathogens, to replicate or multiply, but keeps it intact so that the immune system can still recognize it and produce an immune response. Because with this particular disease, immunity is very important. So this Covaxin is developed in such a manner, ensuring that the immune system is also strong. Clear? Now the next question is it safe, your Covaxin, Covishield, whatever it is? If you see, as per the World Health Organization, they welcome the authorization. But though that is the case, also we the human beings or we the people across, many people are having a fear or scaredness that the vaccine and the safety of it will it cause any of the side effects? Will they get someone the disease, etc., etc. And the survey said that though coronavirus is there also, people are thinking in a different way that it is okay, let it get cured like this in a natural way. Vaccines are there, but how far the vaccine is effective? Will that cause any sort of extra disease? So the surveys conducted have found that many Indians now they are in not at all a rush to get vaccinated. And experts also believe that more information regarding the vaccine trial should be published so people get a confidence. Otherwise, after vaccine coming also people won't take it, thinking about side effects. So how can you stop the contamination of coronavirus? It becomes a big question mark. So that is important to eradicate the fear. Clear? And the next thing is, how can you actually, what is the process of getting an emergency use authorization in India? If you see the experts and activists, they see India drug regulations now will not have any provisions for the emergency use authorization. So the process of receiving one is not clearly defined. So in spite of no authorization also, still your CDSCO, what do? They have been granting emergency or restricted emergency approvals to all the COVID-19 drugs for this during this pandemic. Now the next question is there a risk in using a product that has only been granted an emergency use authorization? Very common and logical question, guys. See, will there be a risk? Yes, if you see according to US FDA, they said that the public has to be informed that the product has only been granted an EUA, not full approval, which means that whatever happens, the risk will not be taken care by them. They are informed already prior. You understand? And for example, in case of this COVID vaccine, for example, people have to be informed about the known and potential benefits and risk. This will be the benefit, this will be the risk. They should know about it before they using it. And see, even the ones who developed it also now, they do not know exactly the benefit, exactly the risk. So this has to be made known to people as well. That is the whole logic here. Clear? So if I come to know about the benefits and risk, I will think what is good. If it is for instant relief, means I will take that medicine. But long term, what if my kidney, my brain, my heart, something got damaged because of this vaccine? I will think. So I can refuse it. So it's a choice of individual. You understand? So it is better to inform them in advance. That is what they are saying through this particular perspective. Clear? Again, this topic is taken from the Hindu. Clear? The next important topic of discussion comes from environment, my young officers. So in today's paper, if you see from environment, the topic was atmosphere and climate research modeling, observing system and services. It's a scheme actually, okay. The reason why we're studying this is because why it is in news is this scheme is reviewed by the Ministry of Earth Sciences. So from prelims and mains level, you have to just go through. Basically from the prelims level, they can ask you some questions based on the ministry and the scheme. Now, what is this basically? They pertain to the atmospheric science program of the Ministry of Earth Sciences. And if you see, one second, what they do is that they addresses different aspects of weather and climate service, which includes, let's say, warning for cyclones, storm surges, heat waves, thunderstorms, etc., etc. And each of these aspects, they are incorporated as 9 sub-schemes under the so-called umbrella scheme across. And that's how they implement it in a integrated manner. Clear? I hope the full form of across is clear to you. Atmosphere and climate research modeling, observing system and service. Now, do you think it's beneficial? Absolutely, it's beneficial. And I've told you many times that whenever you study about the schemes now, the best resource or the source to study scheme is PIB, Press Information Bureau. So don't forget with my young officers. Clear? Now, the benefit is very simple. What you should do is this scheme now, if you're implementing, they'll start providing what? An improved weather. At the same time, along with the improved weather, they'll make a point of giving a climate and ocean forecast and services, thereby ensuring what? Transfer of commensurate benefits to the various services. So they will also provide a sizable number of scientific and technical staff along with all the required support. So now through that, what happens when they're able to provide an adequate staffing, people are getting employment opportunities, right? So again, the social issue of unemployment is getting reduced to a greater extent. And another important benefit of this across scheme is that if you want to ensure last mile connectivity, regarding the weather based service, etc., etc., then a large number of agencies like Krishi Vigyana Kendra, university and local municipalities, all these things they have to be put forward so that they can start generating more employment opportunities. Clear? Now we are done with the general analysis. There was not much editorial, guys, because in today's paper it was based on the COVID perspective only, which we already discussed. So we are moving on to the facts for prelims, facts of the day. After GE comes F for the day, facts of the day. All ready? Now this is in one word, in one slide we finish it. It's about the birth anniversary of whom, guys? Manathu Padmanabhan. He was the Indian social reformer and freedom fighter from Kerala. This is from the history perspective. So today's facts of the day is from history. Facts of the day is from history. And if you see, in memory of his birth anniversary only, we are going to study about this. He took part in all the anti-untouchability allegations, and he advocated opening temples for people of all castes, irrespective of the fact whether they are a Brahmin or a SC, ST, whatever it is. He also participated in the Vaikom Satyagraha, and is known for his founding of the NSS, Nayar Service Society. All know that, right? So in that particular context, it's a short question from history, topic from history. That was the prelims facts of the day. Clear? So many points are important. So that's it, my young officers. Thank you so much. That's all for today. I hope you liked the class. So don't forget to put forward valuable feedbacks on the comment box. So tomorrow I'll be seeing you with another set of amazing current affairs of tomorrow's class topic, whatever it is, which comes in newspaper. So meanwhile, whatever doubts, queries, whatever you have, you can put via the comment box, and also connect me via the Telegram channel. This is the name of my channel, okay? Nisha Nujumudeen, Unacademy for UPSC. So the notes of this will be shared very soon on my channel, as well as the Unacademy Articulate channel as well. Fine? So yes, how was the class, my young officers? All of you enjoyed? Yes, Tauzif, I'll just see to that why the slides are not visible. Okay? Chalo. Thank you so much. Take care. And once again, go to the description box. You can see all the links of where to follow me, the discount code, etc, etc, and also regarding the special class. There you can make a point of following me as well. Clear? Yeah. Thank you so much. Bye bye and Jane. See you all tomorrow.